Her lawyer tried to argue the records were private and inadmissible, but the damage was already done because now everyone knew she chose her salad over student safety. The next Monday, Lila wanted to try going back to the school for just 2 morning classes, math and English, with a quiet room available if Lila needed to leave and an adult escort to walk her between buildings so she'd never be alone in the hallways. Lila's voice was barely above a whisper when she said she wanted to try, even though I could see her whole body tense at the thought of walking through those doors again. We practiced the route she'd take the weekend before school started, walking the empty hallways while she pointed out safe spots she could go if she felt scared. The counselor's office on the second floor, the nurse's station near the front entrance, the library with its back exit she could use if she needed to leave fast. Monday morning came too quickly, and Lila put on her new backpack with hands that wouldn't stop shaking, but she got in the car anyway. The escort met us at the side entrance, a kind older woman who'd been briefed on everything, and she walked Lila to her first class while I sat in the parking lot for 2 hours in case she needed me. She made it through both classes without calling me, though the counselor texted that she'd used the quiet room twice to do her breathing exercises when the hallways got too loud between periods. When I picked her up at 11:30, she looked exhausted, dark circles under her eyes and her shoulders hunched forward, but there was something else there too, a tiny spark of pride that she'd done it. 3 weeks into this new routine, I got an email from the district announcing personnel changes, and buried in the middle was one line about the principal being reassigned to a curriculum development position at the district office, starting immediately. The teachers' union had protected her from being fired completely, but at least she wouldn't be around kids anymore, stuck in some windowless office reviewing textbooks instead of ignoring students in crisis. Saturday morning we went to the garden center, and Layla picked out a small oak tree, running her fingers over its thin trunk while I loaded bags of soil and mulch into the cart. We dug the hole together in the backyard's corner where it would get morning sun, neither of us talking about what it meant or represented, just focusing on making sure the hole was deep enough, and the roots had room to spread. Every morning after that, Layla would go outside before school to water it, standing there with the hose for exactly 5 minutes like it was the most important task in the world. And I'd watch from the kitchen window as she tended to this one small thing she could control. 3 months crawled by with therapy twice a week, school 3 mornings a week, and court dates that kept getting postponed. And then one Tuesday evening while we were making spaghetti together, I made a stupid joke about the pasta looking like worms, and Layla actually laughed. Not just a polite smile but a real laugh that came from her stomach. It only lasted a second before she caught herself and went quiet again, but for that one moment she sounded like herself, like the girl who used to sing in the shower and leave her shoes everywhere and argue with me about curfew. Now I'm sitting at our kitchen table typing this, while Layla does her geometry homework across from me, occasionally asking for help with a problem even though I know she can solve them herself. She's back at the school part-time with support systems in place, sleeping through most nights without nightmares, and the boys' cases inch through the legal system. But we don't check for updates every day anymore. We're not over what happened, because you don't just get over something like that. But we're living with it, taking things one day at a time. And right now that's enough.